So our first speaker is Sondre Rasch, co-founder and CEO of Safety Wing, which is a YC company and the reason that we are all here today. Sondre previously co-founded Superside, also a YC company, and a freelance platform for designers, where the lack of benefits for workers inspired the idea for Safety Wing. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Sondre Rasch.
Thank you, Lauren. So, friends, welcome to the first event of the first pop-up embassy for the first country on the internet. So, coming in today through our lovely pop-up, and by the way, isn't that an amazing space? You may have heard the comms, the Safety Wing comms people chirping in the background, and yes, we do hire real birds. We were advised actually here to take extra care of security here in San Francisco, but not to worry. You may have noticed we put our biggest cactus by the front door. In fact, I should add, so far in our country's history, 80% of the budget, national budget, is plants. And the remaining 20%, also plants. So, but that is actually one thing that's real, and I love this aesthetic that we have, this sort of solar punk instead of another iteration of the Apple aesthetic. I am so impressed and grateful with what we built here over these last 2 months. It was just 2 months ago we started working on this embassy, and I'm so grateful for April, Roman, Victor, Alma, Lauren, and everyone else on the team who made it happen. Congratulations and thank you so much. So, my name is Sondre, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Safety Wing. And we launched, as mentioned, out of YC in 2018 with a mission to build a global social safety net and the first country on the internet. And since then, we have built a global health insurance for nomads and remote teams that has hundreds of thousands of members around the world. But today, we're standing on what I believe in the future will be historic ground. It's historic, I think, for the concept of countries, for diplomacy, it's historic for community, and it's historic for sovereignty. So why an embassy? Why is that the name? So this is an analogy, an institutions from the old world that is somehow, I think, also relevant for the new, for the world to come. But it is also a real and beautiful physical space and a glimpse into the future. So this is the first physical landing of a country on the internet. And this is something that I believe we will see more and more of, is that communities will form online and then they will manifest in physical space. And why San Francisco? That's because San Francisco is the Rome of our age. And everything that happens here will soon happen everywhere. But this is not an actual embassy. This is a pop-up embassy. It's a place for co-creation and conversations. And in a world that can seem quite divided and with a lot of conflict and war gets ever closer to home, this is also one of the things that's happening in our world. The opening of an embassy for an internet country. And every age carries with it some burden. But history, I believe, is not driven by fate alone. It is also driven by vision. It is driven by decisions. So every time a mistake of history is repeated, that's a choice. We're not condemned to repetition. We can choose to live in an entirely new way. And a country on the internet is not inspired by today's tyrants or populists, but it is inspired historically by every saint, servant, or builder who wrote goodness into the chapters of history. It's carried by technological advancements that make the idea of freedom and equal opportunity for everyone possible globally. And it also abides by this enduring law that all problems are solvable. So this embassy is a bridge between the digital and the material world. And it's made by people not asking for a special privilege or special treatment, but from people who are saying, you know, amidst all the bad things, the terrible things that might be done in the name of new technologies, there's also this utopian upside that is worth striving for and trying to realize. When you live under a political system, as we do, it always seems like it's eternal. It's always going to be like this. But of course, history shows us that they rarely are. For centuries, it was the city-states that defined political life and sovereignty. But the city-state was enveloped by the nation-state. And now, we believe that the next stage in that evolution is on our doorstep. So, today, therefore, we are standing on historic ground. Today is not the full realization of the history that is about to unfold. This is just day one. But in 20 years, I think you can look back to this day and you can say, I was there when that all began. So thank you very much for being a part of it.